Nanette is asking, please explain the dimensions above the crown. Dale mentions these dimensions while in his energy center seminar, and I would like to understand better. Thank you.
Okay. So just like your seven major energy centers that are literally housed in your physical form, there's eight additional centers that are above your physical form. So if you could see this, actually see it, that is, and most people cannot because there's a veil. There's a veil that you could say kind of gets installed shortly after your birth, due to also, again, some choices that happen in the first 5 to 7, 8 years of life, or at least this is the way it's been. And so once that veil gets installed, then even then you might not even be aware of your seven major energy centers that reside in your physical form, let alone the other eight that hover above it. But if you were able to see it, you would see like a column of light. These eight energy centers, this is where, first and foremost, your soul resides in one of them. And this eighth energy center that I'm highlighting, it not only enhances your intuitive faculty, your instinctive ability, but it also does something with your connection to that of your soul. Because your soul self, it also resides in one of these energy centers. And by the way, the only way you get entry into these places, it all depends on how healthy your basic seven energy centers are. And what kind of a relationship do you have to them? Is your relationship really conscious and responsible and hopefully somewhat mature? In other words, you've really been cultivating it and working with it, because that sets the stage. That's like the platform that then allows you at some point where the eighth energy center that enhances again, not just your intuition, not just your instinctive abilities, but it also enhances things like your perceptive abilities. There's a difference between people who are disconnected from their soul to people who recognize they're disconnected from their soul, and they choose that they want to get reconnected to their soul. So they learn how to do that, and they start to establish the connection to their soul. And then the next step is, once they reestablish the connection to their soul, then they've got to cultivate it. They've got to strengthen it. And then they go for a period of time to do just that. And then eventually that sets the stage for the embodiment process of the soul to actually occur. So the embodiment process, it actually gets ignited from this eighth energy center. But again, kind of like wisdom, you got to earn it. You got to earn it. You've got to prove worthy that you're ready for this, because as you begin to embody the higher centers, each of these centers carry more power. And if you're not utilizing your power with your seven energy centers properly, correctly, powerfully, positively, there's no way none of us get entry, because, well, for the obvious reason, I'm sure you already can see that. So that's the eighth energy center. Then as you go up a little higher, this is where you start to really tap into more of your essence of your soul. Your soul, it's like your soul's been asleep and has been dreaming. It's been dreaming through one of those upper energy centers. It's been dreaming you. So you think you go to bed at night. This is a whole nother level. This is an advanced level of dream interpretation. But nonetheless, as these upper energy centers start to reactivate or awaken, as they start to awaken, this is where your whole dream space goes to another place. And one of the places where it goes to is you start to develop an acute state of awareness. And this also comes from one of the upper energy centers. You start to develop an acute state of awareness or remembrance of, oh my gosh, there's a part of me that I'm now the dream of. it changes everything, like big time, once you come into this realization. So right now it's an awareness because I'm highlighting this for for you all, but it's the actual realization, the realization within your cellular structure, the realization within the veins that run through your body, right? The full on realization, because now you're having a visceral experience with it in your physical form, which means that upper center has not only activated, it's now it's in its own process of waking up.